Hello and welcome back to Zeke's RC. Today I have a modification for you. If you have a Redcat Marksman, this is a must-do mod. I was over at the park the other day and climbing around with my Redcat Marksman, and I didn't quite make this climb on this rock, and she slipped back and bottomed on that bumper that sticks way out in the back. And I tried to go forward, she was hung up. I tried to go backwards and promptly stripped my spur gear clear off, and you probably just watched the video on that, I hope. If you didn't, go back and watch that. It'll show you how to change your spur to a steel spur. Anyway, let me show you how to solve the bumper problem. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to go from the stock bumper to a modified bumper, tucked in, nice and flush, out of your way, climb steeper rocks. So let's show you how to do that. Okay, I figured I'd better explain to you why I'm going through all of this. So this is the bumper. That's where she bottoms out. She bottoms kind of on the inner fenders here at the moment, and then as you can tell, she's not going to go in but one more little hole length there. So let me show you how we remedy this, and we tuck it in quite a ways further. So this bumper is actually going to get tucked in. I'm going to cut this whole flat piece off here. So I'm going to cut it to the bevel. So this whole, whatever that is, 3/4 of an inch, is coming off, so we can push it in that much further. So it's going to be easy to see that here, but when I get to here, I don't have a marker. So let me show you what to do about that. Alright, I got some duct tape here. I'll show you how I'm going to mark this bumper. I just tried this with some painter's tape, and it didn't want to stick. So we're going to try it with the old duckum tape here. So I want to cut this right along the bevel here. So there to about there. If this guy will stick. Alright guys, that's the part I'm going to cut off. So if I remove just the taped area, we'll be good. Let me show you how I'm going to do that. If you don't have one of these, Milwaukee 3-inch brushless M12 battery grinder, sweet, gotta get you one. I'll see if I can do this and keep it in frame here and not chop my fingers off. Sweet, that one's done. Okay, you don't want to go deep or you're going to cut your mounts off, so don't do that. And there's going to be supports inside. So I'm going to cut this duct tape out of the way. I'll show you what I mean about the supports. Okay, so like down through. Looks like some of it just didn't get all the way through. Okay. And there we go. Now we just got to clean up the mess, make it look nice again. And I'll do that with a little sandpaper and get back to you. Alright guys, I wanted to just show you this because I'm going to do this over my garbage can because it's messy. Just have a piece of sandpaper here and I'm just going to sand this up. Alright guys, here's the modified and cleaned up bumper. It ain't perfect, but it's a bumper and it's going to get all tore up. So we're going to install it here. You can see how it tucks way further in there. But now I'm bottoming these guys here, go and bottom in there. So I'm going to cut this off at the second eye hole here. And then it'll go clear into my fenders. And then I'll fit the body and see if I want to trim my fenders here and here and tuck this all the way in. But now you can see where this is going to go all the way into here now. And let me show you with the body set on it where they're at now. See, we're still sticking out a little bit there. And I want to tuck that all the way in. So it's going to be worth the effort. So let's do that. Alright, let's fit it again. Come on up here, Kyle. See, look at that. And then we just tucked underneath those and we're clear in. I think we're going to be good. Let's try the body on it again. yeah, and we're good there. So now I'm just gonna drill my hole, because now we're beyond the mounting hole right here, this guy here. I'm just gonna drill that hole so I can put another bolt in it, and this bumper's mounted. All right, just like that, we're mounted again. All right, there it is. Look at that. Nice and tucked up in there. And let me show you a stock one. This one's my daughter's. That's the stock hanging out there. So it tucks it in, oh geez, 3/4 of an inch, and looks really nice. So killer mod, I recommend it. All right guys, here they are back to back. Look at that, pretty awesome. French that bumper in there, get it out of the way, save your spur gears. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Appreciate you watching. You got a Marksman, do that to it.